What's up, people? This is me, Spec Poo Football 24, here, giving my thoughts on the Eagles and Jets game. I know I didn't give my thoughts on the Eagles in the Dallas Cowboys game because I really thought that we was gonna do the conversation and have it recorded that day, but nobody wanted to do it, or I guess, well, the main person didn't want to do it. But I'm not sweating it too much because we all, you know, every Eagles fan had a week to think about, you know, if they should really believe in the team or they should really, not believe in the team the week prior before this game happened. So coming into this game, you already know, really the most of the Eagles fans at this point, or most of the NFL fans at this point, they thought the Eagles had absolutely no shot at winning this game. I had no shot of winning this game. No one did. It was, I mean, everybody thought it would be so lopsided that Bart Scott decides to come out and say, "I hope the Eagles lose every game of the season." So the Eagles come into this game and they felt like they had something to prove. Felt like they had to prove its own fans wrong. Felt like it had to prove the football world's fans wrong, and it felt like it had to prove, trash talkers wrong. And they did exactly that. I mean, Ryan Matthews, he basically ran the best game of the season. He's basically the leading rusher right now for the Philadelphia Eagles. So he had a good game. The only problem was that one drop ball that he had. He needs to work on his catching because I always did have issues with Ryan Matthews catching the ball. I felt like he needs to get on a jug machine. I'm telling you, I would like Ryan Matthews a hell of a lot more if he was able to catch the ball. I mean, like him and DeMarco Murray and Darren Sproles, they're a good running back unit, and obviously for running the ball, but for catching the ball out of the backfield, it's so much more crucial nowadays. It's basically you having an extra receiver on the field, which it is. So for him, if he's able to get on a jug machine, start catching a few of these balls, maybe and maybe they'll all work out for him later in the games. I'm gonna get to Sam Bradford. Sam Bradford did not have a good. He didn't have a bad game, but he didn't have a good game neither. That's more like on average level with how his game has been. I'm not putting too much of the problem. I'm not putting too much of the problems on him because again, we still have our drop balls with the receivers. Now there is a couple passes that I've seen from him that was just crazy erratic, like the one from Nelson Aguilar that probably would have been a first down or even a touchdown had he completed it at the right spot. So yeah, that's really kind of that one pass that came to my mind. Other than that, the rest of the passes really I question it in terms of the wide receiver and also the play calling. Like there was times where I've seen Bradford throw to Miles Austin who can't catch for shit, for one. On top of which I be questioning why does Chip throw it to Miles Austin? I mean, like, you got plenty of other receivers there, use them. Miles Austin is not our top priority wide receiver, so I don't understand why he continuously throws to him. So yeah, there was that. Other than that, I have really had no problem with Bradford today. Everybody is still questioning why is he not taking deep shots. This what separates the in terms of awareness. This what separates the good quarterbacks from the great quarterbacks or probably the elite quarterbacks. You see, the good quarterbacks can see, especially if they don't have a whole lot of trust in their wide receivers in this case. They could see this. If their wide receivers is not getting any separation, if they still be stuck 1-on-1 in coverage versus these defensive backs, and you see a running back who has the best shot to get open, why wouldn't you take the shot? I mean, if it's a dump off pass, so be it. I'm not mad at him with these checkdowns. Look at Peyton Manning, and he has Demarius Thomas, might I add, and Emmanuel Sanders. Look at Peyton Manning. He doesn't see the wide receiver is in position to really make the catch, or he doesn't feel like or if he feels like, okay, if he throws his ball, it might have a chance of getting intercepted. Look to your second or third best read, and it could be the running back in this case. And the running back, most of the time for the Eagles, they're wide open. So I'm not mad at him taking these shots. No, I'm not mad at him taking these shots with the running backs, just throwing it to them. And I'm also not mad at him throwing it downfield, not throwing it downfield neither. It's the same thing as before. I'm like, everybody's getting mad at him for that shot with Nelson Aguilar versus Revis on the sidelines. They say he had Revis beat. I'm like, yo, I don't give a fuck. That's Darrell Reeves right there. He can be beat and recover in time to either pick the ball off or swat the ball down. Most likely for him, pick the ball off. Speed can be really deceiving, especially for Darrell Reeves. Like, yo, I'm sorry. I'm not mad at him at all for overthrowing that. He tried to put it in a spot where he could get it to Aguilar, but he just couldn't do it. But hell, at least he took the shot, didn't he? He didn't have to take the shot. I mean, like, at least I think he did, yeah. But you know, I'm not mad at him for that. Take the best shot available. Take what's best available to you. Don't try to force it in there, because then when you force it in there, what else do you think is gonna happen? It's gonna be interceptions. So, the wide receivers need more work. Bradford needs more work. The offensive line did a damn good job today, because that's a very, very tough Jets defensive line that they went up against, and they gave Bradford the protection of a lifetime that he should have been getting in weeks 1 and 2. So really, for me, the offensive line, they keep playing like that, it's all good. The offensive line also did good in terms of the running game. I kind of get what people are saying when they say Ryan Matthews did. He probably fits the scheme more than DeMarco Murray. But to be honest with you, I want to see what DeMarco Murray can do with this, if possible, if this with this okay offensive line. I want to see what he can do with it first before I make questionable decisions to say, okay, if Ryan Matthews is better than DeMarco Murray in terms of the system. So I'm going to give Ryan Matthews did good, but let's hold off on him saying that he's better until we see what this line can do now with DeMarco Murray coming back versus the Redskins next week. So really, yeah, the offense did good. The defense actually did good this game without D'Amico Ryans. No, not without D'Amico, without Michael Kendricks, without Kiko Alonso, and without Cedric Thornton. But I still feel like without Cedric Thornton, or even with him, I felt like there was no pass rush going. There probably was this game, but I felt like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it felt like it wasn't good as it was before. You know what I mean? Like when the Eagles, when their front seven, when they was getting pass rush, you felt like you knew a sack was coming. But now with this front seven, it feels like, even though it's the same one, it feels like it's not there. But yeah, Yeah, defense did good. The secondary did kind of good. Eric Rowe showed up versus Smith today. He really did show up. He picked the ball off, swatted pass down. He had a good game. He needs to keep up. He needs to keep on progressing, keep doing more games like that. I mean, that's one good game, but you gotta keep doing what you're doing. You gotta keep on progressing. You gotta keep on getting better. He's a rookie, so he's gotta learn from the secondary that he's with Nolan Carroll and even Byron Maxwell, who even know how bad he's currently is right now. But here's how it is. You gotta try and learn from them. But yeah, the secondary did good. Walter Thurman again shows up. He showed up in that game versus Atlanta. He shows up once again in this game with that great interception off of the hands of Brandon Marshall. So maybe Philadelphia has found their safety to replace Brian Dawkins. I understand it's 3 games in, but Thurman's looking like he's up for the case to become a safety now, and take over that spot with big shoes to fill with ever since Brian Dawkins left. So yeah, all in all, the defense did good. Also, Jordan Hicks, how could I forget him? That man, he had a day. What was it? 10 tackles. He picked up a forced fumble. Well, not even forced fumble. He just picked up a fumble from Brandon Marshall, which was very, very stupid. And he picked up a interception as well off the hands of Brandon Barrett. I gotta say, he had a day. Right along with Darren Sproles with that punt return for a touchdown, he also had a day. But I felt like him defensively, Jordan Hicks defensively, he had a day for a rookie. Very, very good day. I hope he keeps on improving after this game as well. Rookie showed up this game. The only rookie that didn't show up was Aguilar, but second, third round rookies, they did good. Hopefully Aguilar can get that kind of game versus the Redskins next week. If I gotta say, let's move on to this game. I'm happy Eagles picked up their first win, but we need to see more of this. We need to see more of this Eagles team, trying to improve, trying to progress, trying to get better. I have nothing much to say. The Jets, they tried to come back at one point, but I'm just more surprised the Jets didn't really bring their A game today. I thought this was going to be an absolute, well, I wouldn't say blowout, but At least about a 20-10 game, 20-17 game, at least about that, but not like this. I mean, the Eagles scored 24 already in the first half. The Jets didn't score up until the end of the second quarter. So really, I'm a little impressed. But we gotta see more of this Eagles team. We gotta see them improving. So I'll catch you guys later for week 4. That's up against the Redskins. Later, people.